Hey everybody, this is Johnny Beane and David Nesdall. Hey David.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. A little tired, but I'm all right.
Awesome, man.
Jeez. Now you know it's me. now you know it's me every time, because I keep forgetting.
Hey, so I got a message the other day from Alan. And he basically, he's asking us questions. He wants to know about Eddie Van Halen's guitar necks over the years, like how they've changed, maybe why they've changed, what are the changes. So we can just kind of go over, you know, some of the stuff that we think. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no definite. I mean, unless you've played every one of Eddie's personal guitars, there's really no way to know exactly. But you can kind of generalize.
Some of them based on maybe what the brands are and what they were originally.
Yeah. And you gotta put your trust into guys like Scott Smith, who's probably played all of Eddie's guitars at one time or another. Musicraft being Scott Smith's place of business. His replica necks, from what I'm told, are pretty spot on to what Eddie has had. I mean, that being said, everyone has different feels. So, but I do trust Scott. So, when I say I know what it feels like, I'm going off of what the Musicraft replica neck would be.
So this is Alan's message. He says he was wondering what Eddie's neck preferences were and changed during the years. That's a weird ringtone. He says because he started on a Strat and a Les Paul. Bad. All kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, I know. I've got a train. I've got a phone. I've got all kinds of stuff happening. The train goes by like every 20 minutes or so.
Wind sounds that you say are coming from outside.
They are. Yeah, I'm not passing it. Believe me, that's from the outside.
So Alan says that he's a fan of this show. He finds it really cool and informative. He says to keep it going.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alan.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
very much. Well, we'll try to make it as informative as possible. We don't have that much time today, so and again, unless you play Eddie's personal guitars, it's very hard to narrow down exactly what the necks are.
So as far as the guitars that everybody knows, because Eddie did play other guitars in the early days. He played Strats. He played he played a Flying V's. He played guitars that were stock. He played ones that he customized himself, and then pretty much the one guitar everybody knows, and his earliest guitar that he really that he put out there was what became the Frankenstein. It was black and white, and then a little later on, and I think early '79, he painted a coat of red over it, so it made it red, black, and white. But as far as the guitar necks on that guitar, the shapes, how many necks have been on that guitar? I think we counted something like 200.
I want to say between 9 and 12 necks, just off the top of my head.
I think we counted 17 at one time or something. Like something like that. There's at least well, that we know of, because we've seen pictures where he'll play like one show and there'll be like a neck on the guitar we've never seen, then the next time it's not there. And
yeah, Well, how about at the US Festival in the warm-up room, Frankenstein had that neck that he had on for Starfleet that ended up on the Rude guitar.
Yeah.
And then for the show, it had a Kramer neck on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was always changing stuff up. And I think that might have been a Danelectro Neck.
Yes, it was.
I think.
It's a Danelectro that he had customized the headstock on.
Some people call it a Coke bottle headstock. Some people just call it like the Jimmy Page. But so anyway, so let's start with the Frankenstein. Like let's say in first album, 1978. You got the black and white guitar.
Yeah, it had a CBS headstock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it was 1 3/4 at the nut, but the actual nut was smaller. It was 1 inch. The nut itself was 1 5/8, but the neck at the nut was 1 3/4. He liked the string spacing of, like, say, an R2 Floyd Rose, which is 1 5/8 inches. But he liked the feel of a wider neck, so that the strings, both E strings, would be in on the neck, so they're not towards the edge of the fretboards.
Mm-hmm. So here is a picture. EVH Gear has been making replicas of that original neck, and here's a picture of one of the replicas right there. So that's the headstock. And that's the nut. Looks like maybe a brass nut.
Yep, it's brass.
And these guitars, they're actually for sale if you can find them. They call them the 78, the Super 78. There's one of them that's autographed, the back of it. So, well, yeah, there you go. There's the back of the neck right there. Looks like lots of bird's eye. Very cool. So let's say, so he went from that neck to what? There was another one?
Yeah, from there, I think the very next neck was it was a Rosewood fretboard Strat neck.
Right. Yeah.
And the guitar had a white pickguard on it, I believe.
Yes.
Full white pickguard.
Yeah.
And all the pinstripes, all the black pinstripes had been taken off, so you only had the thicker stripes on it. The pinstripes, the very thin pinstripes on that guitar, a lot of people don't know this, but that was tape. So the guitar was painted. It was painted black stripes. All the thicker stripes were paint, but all the very thin pinstripes were tape.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh, this is cool. Okay, here's a picture. This is Kevin's EVH replicas. Is that Kevin? I think we know this guy. Looks like some of his guitars, and that's a pretty good example of how the guitar kind of changed in the early days. You got the black and white one, you got the red when it was red, you got it. I think that's the one right there you were just talking about.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Yep.
Right there. Yeah. It looked like that for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looked like this. It was red.
Yeah, with the original neck back on it.
Mm-hmm. Had the white pickguard. So that's cool. That's cool.
And then from there, I believe it had the original neck from the black and yellow Charvel with the black headstock, black painted headstock from there at 79.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can't see the headstock, but
yeah, I don't think that's actually the neck that was on it. I think that's not the original neck from that guitar, because you would see some black around the whole, because the whole neck was painted black with a maple fretboard, and he sanded the black paint off, so you would see kind of black shadows. I think that's the neck that actually the second neck on that Bumblebee, and that neck also in 1980 ended up on the Frankenstein. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Here's a cool picture. Well, I've never seen this. This is like an audience picture from '79 of the Frankenstein when it was red, and it looks like it has the original neck.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, it
Right
looks like it
there.
does have the original neck on it.
Yeah, because of that headstock.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. And we got some people watching this. We got
Yeah.
Bam Ozzy, we got Zach Thong, we got Ben, we got Sean Zimmerman, we got John Bulware, we got Quentin, we got Nightbot. Hey Nightbot, thank you so much. Janice is in here. Simon is watching. Awesome, you guys. So let's see. I think we can just kind of go over like each of these a little bit and then talk more in depth tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
About this stuff, because we'll actually be doing like a 2-hour show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So let's say after the Frankenstein, there was the Bumblebee, and that had what, at least 2 different necks.
Yeah, I'm thinking it had 2 necks on it. That guitar. It had a neck that Eddie was in love with, actually, that he put on the red Frankenstein guitar in 1980. He loved that neck, and it broke. I don't know how it broke. I think you know though, right? Remember, that's the one that broke.
I don't know.
Where's Rob Johnson? I'm sure he knows. Anyway, and then later on, the Bumblebee had the neck that's on it now, which is buried with Dimebag Darrell, with the black tape on the headstock.
Here's a picture. This looks like 1979, 80 somewhere. And he's got the Bumblebee. And then he has his original neck as well.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Right there.
Uh-huh. It looks like it's cut for a Floyd Rose, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. You can see it. Well, it's kind of a... Almost. Come on. We'll have to put that in the Discord. Oh, look at that. This is cool.
Yeah. John Bulware, Desiree came home last night. So, yeah, I'm doing okay. She's at work today.
Mm-hmm. Were you talking about this neck? Here's the Frankenstein. This looks like 1980.
Yeah, that's the original neck that came on the Bumblebee when it was given to Eddie.
And you see the headstock there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it has tape on it or something.
It does to cover the Charvel logo.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Looks like gaffer's tape, and I think he would stick picks to that as well.
Yeah,
there for like. I think there's only like a couple pictures where you actually see picks taped to his headstock. That really wasn't something that he did after that. You know, that's more of like I think Steve Vai. Steve Vai is known for doing that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we got the Bumblebee. And then after that there was let's say the Shark.
Yeah, now I've never played an original Ibanez Destroyer, so I don't really know what the neck profile was. I had a replica that was made by Donnie Ward, but I can't verify that it felt like an original Ibanez Destroyer. I would imagine that it would feel much like a Gibson Explorer.
Mm-hmm.
And they have more of a round profile in the back, whereas the Frankenstein necks have more of a Charvel thinner back profile, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just to reiterate, I've only played 2 of Eddie Van Halen's personal guitars, and again, it's very hard to say distinctly what the original guitars felt like because I've never played them. So,
right. There's the shark guitar we're talking about right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great picture.
Yeah,
I've never seen that picture before.
You never seen that one?
Nope.
We'll have to put it in the Discord. Right there. I'll screen cap that. Yeah, and actually EVH, they make a replica, well, a tribute. They make a tribute to that guitar now. It was released at the last NAMM show. And here's what the headstock looks like. The official has EVH on the truss rod cover. That's cool. And I played one of those, and it was a great feeling guitar. Great sounding, great feeling. I tell you, every Stripe series they put out, each new guitar they put out, it becomes my favorite. You know, because they're getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so let's say we'll go different years. Sure. 1980. You got the Woman Children first. You got him playing the shark guitar. 81. He was playing the Frankenstein. He was playing the circles.
Yep. The circles guitar has a neck that's had a neck on it that is very similar to the Frankenstein of that time. In 1981, the Frankenstein the Frankenstein had the neck that it has on it today. And on my Frankenstein, I have pretty much the same style neck, 21 frets with a Telecaster heel on it, from Music Zoo, from Musicraft, and it's very Charvel-like. It's flat in the back. It's got some shoulders, but not much. It's very Charvel-like. So that's what I believe the original Frankenstein in 1981 would feel like. And today, same as today, because it's the same neck today as it was in 81.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So
I believe it also had the neck that ended up on the Rasta guitar as well for just a little while. It's the same thing, but it's kind of the same looking neck. I would imagine it had the same feel, but it had a Strat heel, a Fender Strat heel instead of the Telecaster heel. 21 frets as well.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Hey, Quentin.
Then in 1982. For just a little while, it had that Danelectro neck that was on the Star guitar, and from there, it had a 22 fret Kramer neck that it had a Kramer decal on it for a minute, and then he took the decal off, just sanded it off. So if you ever watch the Largo 1982 concert, I guess it would be from Baltimore and Washington, that area. It has that neck on it. It's the 22 fret Kramer neck, Strat headstock, no decal.
122. Okay, and here it is when it had the decal.
Yep, that's it.
Right, it says Kramer. Yep. Right there. Here's something I just saw really quick. This is a pretty cool picture. This was the you were talking about the Rude guitar.
Yeah, that's the Danelectro neck, and Eddie, I guess, added those sides to it that are different colors.
Oh yeah, you can definitely. And who's that playing the guitar?
I don't know.
Oh, here's
Is that Roth? Is that Roth? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a great shot of the headstock right there. You can see it. You can see where the pieces of wood were added right there. And yeah, that looks like a Danelectro. That's a cool picture. You ever seen that one?
Yeah, I have.
Looks like he's playing all his guitars. He's got that one. He's got the guitar, the purple pacer that was all taped up. There it is on the
Oh, look
side,
at that. Yeah.
right there. And then, yeah.
Hey, Jay.
Hey now. Oh, can I say that?
I think you can. Why the hell not?
All right, quick. I gotta go. All right, 81,
See,
82.
you can spend 2
know.
hours just talking about the Frankenstein guitar. All right, from there it had
we often do.
From there it had the beak neck on it from the US Festival. Very wide, very thin neck. Eddie apparently did not like that neck, although it stayed on that guitar for quite a long time.
Right there.
Yeah,
I like that neck.
I do too, but apparently he didn't. Then from there he pretty much retired that guitar and played the 5150 Kramer. And the next time you see the Frankenstein, it's I guess 1987 or 88. In the
Right there.
In the Feel So Good video, and at that point
Yeah.
it has a Tom Anderson hockey stick headstock neck on it.
88 or that might have been 89.
Maybe
88, 89 somewhere. I remember seeing that music video before
Yeah.
school one day
Yeah.
and being like, "Whoa, that's the Frankenstein guitar." Like it was unbelievable to see that. And there's
Yeah, I thought so too. I
There's
remember it
that
too, and I was like, at first I didn't think it was the Frankenstein because of that neck. I'm like, wait, it looks like it, but maybe not. And then it was, of course it was, but
of course.
yeah, you just, but in that video, it's funny because you don't really get to see any good close-up shots of that guitar. It's just, in the background, pretty much.
It was well that video, really quick, you guys, and then on Thursday we'll spend 2 hours just talking about that video.
Tomorrow.
That video, it was like different scenes. It was like layer upon layer of film, all put together.
Mm-hmm.
That Feels So Good music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool video. So there was the Frankenstein, and then there was the Kramer. There was all the Kramer guitars, the 5150.
Mm-hmm.
Which do I have a picture of that guitar anywhere?
I'm sure you do.
Let's see. Who else is in here? We got Ben. We got Simon. We got Brian. We got Pooh. We got Joe.
Anthony.
Anthony's in here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's a great picture of the Kramer 5150. Right there, 1984. Okay. Right there.
Shiny. Yeah,
that seems to be a lot of people's favorite guitar. That's definitely that's my favorite.
I think it's mine too. Depends on the day, but yeah, I think that one edges it out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, here's another great picture. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Man,
cool.
look how clean that looks.
Yeah. Yeah. So that neck, man. So what do we think? We think that was maybe a pacer.
Yeah, it was a pacer beak neck that the headstock was modified on it to make it look like an Explorer. That one has the feel of the Music Man guitars. It's an asymmetrical neck. It's a little bit thicker. It's not so wide. It's a little bit narrower but thick from front to back. Basically a 180 from what the Frankenstein was. The Frankenstein was very wide from E string to E string and very thin in the back. And then from that he went to a narrower guitar from E to E and fatter in the back.
And there was a lot of different Kramers.
Oh yeah.
A lot of different ones. There's a lot of them that are like in the hard rock cafes now. Like that one right there.
I think that one's going to be a thinner neck, more like the Kramer Berettas of like 1985, 86.
Yeah.
Kind of they were usually R5 nut, in which is kind of it's 1 3/4 inch and thin from front to back.
Here's another one. I like this one. I think this one looks cool.
Oh wow! Can you send me a picture of that?
Yeah.
I think that's the Hard Rock Orlando guitar.
That's cool. Okay. Oh man. Yeah. This is supposed to be a 5-minute video, you guys.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's very hard to discuss all his guitars and necks and all that stuff in 10 minutes. It's just it's impossible.
Can't do it.
So why don't we just cut it off there and we'll talk about it more tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll do it in depth tomorrow night.
Awesome. 8 o'clock Eastern?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you there.
Maybe I'll pull out some guitars and we can give visuals, more of a visual from the replicas that I have.
I'm glad you said guitars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Jay Hannon will be here, maybe. And yes. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll continue this tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern. So leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new to the scene. There'll be a card right here with the previous video. We do a lot of great videos if this is your first time here. We talk a lot of EVH, a lot of guitars, a lot of cool stuff. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Johnny Beane TV. Good night.
See ya.